guys, Tom here, and today I am bringing you my WWE Monday Night Raw review for the 15th of August 2016. What did you guys think of this week's Monday Night Raw? I thought it was pretty damn awesome. I really enjoyed it, so if you guys can smash the likes, let's get right into the review. So yeah, I really enjoyed this week's Monday Night Raw. I think there was a great feel in the air. It really does feel like we're 6 days away from SummerSlam. I really enjoyed this week's Monday Night Raw. As wrestling shows go, I thought it was pretty good. I just think they did everything pretty perfect this week. There wasn't anything awful. There wasn't anything amazing. It was just a pretty solid, good Raw. So I'm going to give this week's Monday Night Raw an 8 out of 10. What would you guys give it? Comment down below and explain why you have given that rating. So let's start off by talking about the main event. Roman Reigns taking on Rusev. Now I have a little bit of a complaint about this, and really it's one of the only complaints I have about the entire Raw this week. I think I'm a bit confused why they gave away one of their high key matches for SummerSlam away for free 6 days away before the show. Now I was really looking forward to Roman Reigns against Rusev at SummerSlam. I was really looking forward to it, but this match, you kind of took the excitement away from it in multiple ways, because one, we've kind of seen the match now, and two, it wasn't really as good as I was hoping for. So for me, it wasn't really a good advertisement for the SummerSlam pay-per-view, and they gave it away for free 6 days away before the show. And this wasn't just like a 3-minute match where they gave you a little bit of a taster of what the SummerSlam match was going to be. This was like a 20-minute full-on fight between Roman Reigns and Rusev. It was an okay match, it was pretty decent, but I don't understand why they gave it away for free 6 days away before the big SummerSlam pay-per-view, and it wasn't actually that good. I felt the match went on for way too long. It was okay, it wasn't horrific, it was just, you know, decent, okay, but it felt like it was kind of lacking something. What did you guys think? For me, it kind of felt like they were trying to like fill time at the end of the show. It was okay, it wasn't awful, it was decent, but also it didn't really kind of make sense. You've got this big match at SummerSlam, but we're going to do it on Monday Night Raw anyway. I don't know. But enough of that, what else is there to talk about? We got Finn Balor, the Demon King, come to Monday Night Raw. Yep, that is right. The Demon King came to this week's Monday Night Raw. I thought this was great. I absolutely loved how they had Seth Rollins throughout the night looking all over for the Demon King. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was hilarious. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. This match is going to be great. I loved how Seth Rollins was sneaking all over the place looking for Finn Balor. So he went out to the ring, he was goaded into it by Mick Foley, who was like, yeah, get out the ring, you should do that, yeah. But really, he just wanted it because it was going to make good television. But it did make good television because it was hilarious. Finn Balor came out, this was awesome. People are complaining, saying, oh, they should have left it until SummerSlam. They should not have left it until SummerSlam. A lot of WWE fans, they don't watch NXT, so if they tuned into SummerSlam on Sunday and saw this Demon King, they'd be like, what the hell's going on? Who is this guy? We've been introduced to Finn Balor, the Demon King, on tonight's Monday Night Raw, and we can get really pumped for that match at SummerSlam. I just don't get wrestling fans sometimes. They complain when they don't get something, and when they do get something, they complain that they should have left it until SummerSlam. This was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm really hyped for this match. It should be awesome. Finn Balor is money. He looked absolutely great tonight. He's fantastic. I cannot wait to see what the WWE does with Finn Balor in the next few years, because this was great. Another match we got was the opener, Sami Zayn versus Sheamus, which was a pretty decent match. I'm really liking what Sheamus is doing at the moment. His hair was like flopping all over the place in this match, but he didn't take anything away from a pretty solid match. It feels like Sheamus gets better as the weeks go by, and he had a fantastic match against Cesaro last week, and we actually got confirmation after this match when Cesaro cost Sheamus the match that we're going to get best of 7 series match between Sheamus and Cesaro starting at SummerSlam. That's another huge match to add to the already huge match card for SummerSlam. Now, I guess it kind of feels strange that they're starting the best of 7 series match at SummerSlam. You would have thought that the last match should have happened at SummerSlam, but for me, I like it. It's something to look forward to beyond SummerSlam. Guys, we've got to talk about that Brock Lesnar, Heath Slater and Paul Heyman segment. It was brilliant. This was awesome. This was so freaking funny. There was so many hilarious segments throughout the night, but I think this tops it. This was great. So you had Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out. You thought it was just going to be a standard promo from Paul Heyman. Who comes back? Heath Slater comes back. He failed at getting a contract on SmackDown, so he's now on Monday Night Raw. He has a free agent t-shirt, which is just great. Then we had Heath Slater saying, I know I'm not going to beat you, but I've got to try to get a contract. So he gets on the ring apron when Paul Heyman ignores him, and then Brock Lesnar, he looks like he's sympathising with him. You look like he's showing a little bit of compassion to Heath Slater. He's like, yeah, I have kids as well, I understand. So Heath Slater is invited in the ring by Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar says, I don't give a shit about your kids. That is like the best line of the year. Oh my god. Just when he thought Brock Lesnar was going to show a bit of compassion, the bully comes back out of Brock Lesnar. This was so funny. For me, I think that was the highlight of the night. I mean, oh my god, it was so great. So then Heath Slater attacks Brock Lesnar. We get a suplex, we get an F5, pretty simple stuff, and Paul Heyman hypes up the match between him and Randy Orton, and I'm convinced this is going to be match of the night. I'm so looking forward to it. There was something kind of strange which happened on this week's Monday Night Raw. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, we've had Darren Young take on a heel Titus O'Neil. 1 week, Titus got the win with a roll-up. The next week, Darren Young got a win with a roll-up. But this week, for some really weird reason, they teamed up. But you kind of knew that Titus O'Neil was going to turn on Darren Young, or something was going to happen where they just end up bitching and moaning at each other again and attacking each other. And that's exactly what happened. For one, it didn't make any sense that they were teaming up after 2 weeks of scrapping with each other. And then number two, it was so bloody predictable that Titus O'Neil was going to attack Darren Young. I thought this was pretty pathetic. So it looks like we're going to get that match between Darren and Titus at SummerSlam. I think it kind of spells to me a kickoff show match or something. I don't think their either other matches were actually that good. Last week's match was crap. The week before, their match was crap. So I'm really not looking forward to this feud. Pretty predictable outcome. Pretty pathetic. I honestly think they could do a lot more with these guys, but just having them scrap with each other is doing nothing for them. I think Titus O'Neil's brilliant. Even Batista said it himself. They're pretty good friends in real life. That Titus O'Neil is money. They could do a lot more with Titus O'Neil. And Darren Young, I think he's really improved in the last few months. I mean, those segments with Bob Backlund were awful, but I think in the ring, he's actually got some pretty good charisma. The fans are getting behind him. They could do a lot more with him than having a silly feud with Titus O'Neil. So once again, we got some more shenanigans from Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. I really hope that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens stay as a team after SummerSlam, because they're so good. They are so good. That backstage segment with Tom Phillips, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens was one of the funniest backstage segments I think we will get all year. I mean, the comedy was definitely on point this week. We had Seth Rollins looking all over the place for Finn Balor, which was great. We had Brock Lesnar and Heath Slater's segment. We had Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens doing their shenanigans. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson with New Day's balls. These guys are comedy geniuses. I love Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. I really hope they stay together after SummerSlam. So once again, we got some more New Day and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson shenanigans. I mean, I absolutely love this ring postitis thing. I think they could definitely use this in the future, and this could be like a whole part of their gimmick. Whoever they're feuding with, they can just bring in the ring postitis thing. I love how they have the balls in the cups. It's just so funny. Wrestling's great when you don't take it so seriously, and this is awesome. So Kofi Kingston got one of the club members, and he was about to put a trombone down on his balls, and thankfully he got out of the way, because that one would have been messy. But I'm pretty looking forward to this match. I think it will be good. I can see the New Day winning, but I can also see the club winning, so I think this one is split down the middle. Also on this week's Monday Night Raw, we got Neville taking on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal actually looks pretty good. I mean, I was kind of confused why they re-signed him back, but he looks pretty good in this match. He looks like he's definitely improved in the ring. He went away, he came back, he looks refreshed, he looks good. But what I don't understand is, why bring him back? Why, out of anybody in the world, bring Jinder Mahal back for him to lose to Neville here? Makes no sense. I do not understand that. We also finally got to see Alicia Fox. I mean, it's nice to see other women getting exposure on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. It's been a while since we saw Foxy, but she's pretty good. I don't understand why they don't use her as much as they do. So Charlotte beats Alicia Fox to build up their match against Sasha Banks, and Charlotte ended up getting the figure 8 on Sasha Banks. She almost broke her ankle. This was crazy, but Alicia Fox jobbing out to Charlotte, which gives some good momentum to Charlotte as she takes on Sasha at SummerSlam. So yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty solid week. They did everything perfectly, really hyped up SummerSlam. They fit a lot in the 3 hours. I mean, apart from actually the ending match, the main event, Roman Reigns against Rusev, there was actually some really good pacing tonight. I mean, it really did not feel like 3 hours until the main event dropped. I mean, up until that point, I felt they fit a lot in. They fit so much in, they didn't even have time for a Braun Strowman jobber match. I mean, it really was good pacing. They kept everything alive. Nothing really felt that dead. It was great up until the main event, which lasted a little bit too long, 20 minutes. Ugh. I mean, it would have been nice also to see Randy Orton. I mean, we haven't actually seen them face to face. They've RKO'd each other. They've F5'd each other, but we haven't actually had them like face to face yet and cut a promo on each other, which I think is kind of lacking in the build towards this feud. We could have had like a contract signing, something like that, but that doesn't take anything away from Brock's segment tonight, which was great. It just would have been nice to have, you know, a concluding segment between Randy and Brock. We may get that on tomorrow night's SmackDown. But yeah, anyway, I thought this was a really good build up to the SummerSlam pay-per-view, a good advertisement to what we should expect at SummerSlam with Finn Balor, the Demon King, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns against Rusev, the Club versus the New Day, Jericho. That should be great. So yeah, this week's Monday Night Raw gets a 8 out of 10 from me. Pretty solid show. What did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section. There's going to be loads of WWE 2K17 videos going up later today as the news drops, so watch out for that one. Smash that like button. I might potentially do a SmackDown review tomorrow if this gets a lot of support. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment your thoughts below. Take care. Spike your hair.